Look at all the babies. They're all nice and curled up. They look nice and warm. Oh wait. Oh, this is just a really big one. This is a really big bunny. Oh. Yeah, so I do have 4. Yep, 4 for sure. And it looks like Lila dug this part up. I think she was looking for them and she didn't find them over here maybe, or I don't know. Maybe she just needed more nesting material. So I'm gonna take straw and I'm gonna fill that hole up right over there. There you go. So I filled it up right there. It looks like the nest looks a lot better now. I think she fixed it because she kept covering it up and then she would then remove all the straw to like find them, and then she would cover it back up again. And each time she did that, more and more of her fur that's mixed up with the straw ended up like going somewhere else, and it ended up loosening up all of the hair and stuff, or the insulation. And so now I think now that they have grown a little bit of fur, I think she has just kept it open now. So I'm not going to disturb it. I'm not going to cover it up like I usually do. But Lila is doing good. There you go. Yeah, she's doing good. And the babies are doing good too. But yeah, I have seen her go in and out through here. And she would sometimes just lay here and just kind of keep the nest like empty. And then she would just hang out over here. She'd eat. I have her food over here now like this on a piece of wood. So that way it just doesn't all fall through. And she's also been eating the pellets and everything too. But Castor, yeah, he's probably gonna get butchered soon. I'm still unsure. But if you look in here, right, you see how there's really very few pieces of straw in there? See? There's not a whole lot of straw in here. And he's eating the straw. Like, he shouldn't be eating the straw. I give him the straw so that way he can kind of cover it up so that the air doesn't flow upwards. And I give him the Timothy grass right here so he can eat a little bit, but I'm trying to get him to eat more of this. But yeah, like pee everywhere. So I have a question now for those who know a thing or two about rabbits. If I were to remove this box and then replace it with a new box and then maybe clean up some of this, I don't know how I'm going to clean all of this up. But if I were to put a female, like a doe rabbit in here, would it be okay? Like after removing him. So like I would remove him and I put the doe in here. Because here's my plan. What I want to do is I want to put a female in here where she'll be able to just, you know, be my female. And then Totoro, this guy here, he's going to be the one to breed both of the does. Because I'm not going to be keeping him anymore. And I likely am just going to move him to the other hutch. So to get to the point is, the other female, if I were to put it in here, is all this pee going to be a problem? Like, is it going to be a problem for her? Oh, look at that. Look at that. See? See? He's peeing and he's spraying. That's so dumb. And his water is right here, too. He's like peeing in his water. Just do this. Yeah, I don't have my cameras right now all charged up and set up so that I can film. So I'm just filming with my phone for now. I'm going to spend time like getting all of that like set up again. But I am planning on getting another rabbit. I'm in contact with my breeder. That was the one who sold me these 3 rabbits, and I'll be able to buy one like roughly this week. She communicates through her mom, because I'm actually like, the breeder is actually her daughter, and her daughter is like roughly in her 20s or something like that, but she's been breeding rabbits for most of her life. And her mom kind of just does all of the business work of selling the rabbits. And because the mom is like sort of like the in-between contact, it just takes a little bit longer, but I don't mind. They're the only they're the only rabbit breeders that are closest to me, and so like even where they are at, it only takes about 20 minutes for me to get there. And before, we just met up halfway or so at a gas station, and that wasn't a big deal. So I hope I get a response pretty soon so I can go and pick up a new doe. So and then as far as Castor goes, I don't know when I'm gonna butcher him and eat him, but probably soon, because I would eventually like to keep the new doe in here. And this right here, this is the old hutch that I had, and this hutch was fine. This hutch was fine, but I just kept getting comment after comment after comment about how this was too small for the rabbits and everything. And I'm looking at all of the other rabbit hutches of other people who raise meat rabbits, specifically for meat, you know, as their food source for their family, and their hutches are this size too. And so they would get an area like this, and then they'd get an area like this, right? And the thing is, this box area in most of those other hutches is smaller. It's narrower. And you know why that is? It's because rabbits actually prefer smaller spaces. They prefer to be in a smaller space. It makes them feel safer. Their cortisol levels are lower. And so everyone who thinks that rabbits enjoy foraging out in a garden, out in the open like this, think that they're happier that way, right? Is because they think themselves that they would be happier out in the open and stuff, because they didn't grow up being a prey animal, right? Rabbits, it's ingrained into their DNA that they are prey animal. And so hawks, eagles, foxes, and dogs and cats, they go after rabbits. And so rabbits are often living in anxiety that they're going to be eaten by some predator. And so it's best to actually have a cover over their head and just in an enclosed area that is small. They don't need a spot where it's like super spacious. It makes them have higher cortisol levels, and they're more stressed out when it's like that. And that's something that I learned as I started raising these rabbits, and as I read the comments, and as I did more research and saw more videos of other people who raise animals and raise rabbits for a living almost. Many people who make comments like, oh, their feet are going to hurt, or oh, they're not comfortable because it's not big enough, and all of that. All of those people are people who one, don't know anything about rabbits, or two, raise rabbits as a pet. They're not raising rabbits as a meat source. And so yeah, I have learned a whole ton about rabbits. It's been quite fascinating.